Hello guys, how are you all? Welcome back to my channel. So, today we are gonna see, what if Deku was successor of the Lord Beerus? Subscribe if you enjoyed the video. And also check the description, so let's begin the story. The universe has always been a canvas of infinite possibilities, where even the slightest ripple in the fabric of reality can herald destinies unknown. On a night when the stars shone brighter than ever before, as if celebrating a secret that only the cosmos could comprehend, the stage was set for an event that would intertwine two worlds, a celebration of hope, heroism, and the inexorable march toward destiny. High above the earth, in the silent corridors of space, celestial bodies danced in a mesmerizing ballet. Nebulae glowed with hues of lavender and cerulean, while distant galaxies spun in elegant, eternal pirouettes. Yet amid this harmonious spectacle, a subtle anomaly began to stir. It was as if the universe itself had taken a deep breath, gathering the energy needed to unveil a revelation. At the heart of this cosmic symphony, a sliver of energy shimmered with a vibrant light, an omen that whispered of converging destinies. It rippled outward, touching every star, planet, and dimension it encountered. For eons, the cosmos had maintained a delicate balance between creation and destruction, nurturing life and shaping destiny. But now, something new was emerging. A collision of worlds where the heroic spirit of one young soul was destined to meet the divine force of cosmic order. Down on Earth, in a bustling metropolis known for its gleaming skyscrapers and the relentless pursuit of justice, lived a boy with eyes that shone with unyielding determination. Izuku Midoriya, affectionately called Deku, had always believed that being a hero was more than just wearing a costume or wielding a flashy quirk. It was a calling, a promise to protect the innocent and uphold hope in the face of overwhelming darkness. On this particular evening, as the city's neon lights began to twinkle against the deepening dusk, Deku was engrossed in his routine training session. In a modest gym nestled in one of the quieter neighborhoods, the echoes of his determined footsteps and the thud of his punches filled the air. Every strike, every leap, was a testament to his commitment to improve, to be ready for whatever challenges lay ahead. Though he was still a student in the art of heroism, Deku's heart beat with the rhythm of destiny, a rhythm that had, unbeknownst to him, started resonating with the cosmic anomaly high above. As sweat glistened on his brow, Deku paused for a moment, catching his breath. His mind wandered, as it often did during these moments of solitude. He recalled the words of his idol, All Might, whose legacy was a beacon of hope for so many. Yet even as he cherished those memories, a strange sensation crept upon him, a subtle tug, as though an unseen hand was gently guiding him toward a destiny beyond the familiar confines of his world. Elsewhere, in a realm far removed from the bustling streets of Earth, the ever-watchful Lord Beerus, the god of destruction, sat in quiet contemplation. His domain was one of immense power and responsibility, a realm where the cycles of creation and destruction were not merely abstract ideas but living truths that shaped the very fabric of existence. Beerus was known for his formidable strength and his enigmatic nature. He was a force to be reckoned with, yet his actions were guided by an ancient wisdom. That night, as Beerus meditated in his celestial sanctuary, his normally inscrutable eyes narrowed in contemplation. He had felt a stirring in the cosmic energy, a ripple that echoed with potential and promise. Beside him, the ever-composed was observed in silence, his expression betraying a hint of excitement. It appears, Whis remarked in his measured tone, that the balance of the universe is preparing for something extraordinary. Beerus's deep, rumbling voice responded. Indeed. There is an energy I have not sensed in many lifetimes, a power that resonates with both the light of hope and the potential for cataclysm. It is as if the cosmos itself is calling out for a successor, someone who embodies the strength to create, and the resolve to destroy when necessary. Little did Beerus know, the source of this unique energy was not another divine being or a long-forgotten deity. It was a young hero from Earth, whose journey had only just begun. Back on Earth, as midnight approached, Deku found himself inexplicably drawn away from his training ground. The usual clamor of the city had faded into a quiet hum, and a rare stillness enveloped the air. With each step he took, he felt the inexplicable pull of something vast and ancient. It was a sensation unlike any he had experienced before, a melding of excitement and trepidation that sent a shiver down his spine. Deku's eyes sparkled with curiosity, and hope as he followed the silent call. "What is this feeling?" he whispered to himself, his voice filled with wonder. It was as if every fiber of his being was urging him to look beyond the confines of his familiar world, to embrace a destiny that beckoned from the far reaches of the cosmos. The journey led him to a secluded hill overlooking the city, a place where the lights below twinkled like distant stars. As he stood there, gazing up at the infinite expanse of the night sky, the heavens themselves seemed to respond. The stars began to shimmer with an intensity that mirrored the beating of his heart, each one a silent note in a grand, celestial symphony. In that magical moment, Deku felt as though he were standing at the threshold of a new chapter in his life, one that promised challenges as vast as the universe itself, but also the potential for growth, transformation, and boundless hope. High above, the cosmic anomaly continued to expand its influence. The shimmering energy from the celestial rift cascaded through the dimensions, drawing the attention of beings both mortal and divine. In the Dragon Ball universe, where battles of epic proportions were as common as the rising sun, this energy was impossible to ignore. Warriors like Goku and Vegeta, who had dedicated their lives to protecting their universe, sensed that something was amiss. There was a new power stirring, a fusion of raw potential and the purity of a heroic heart. But in that moment, the most significant focus was on Beerus and Whis. Their eyes were fixed on the distant glow that seemed to pulse in time with Deku's heartbeat. Whis, ever the observant mentor, was the first to piece together the mystery. "Master Beerus," he said softly, "I believe that this energy is emanating from a world we have never before encountered, a world where heroes walk among mortals, and where a young man named Deku is destined to play a role far beyond his current understanding." Beerus's lips curled into a contemplative smile. Despite his reputation as a fearsome force of destruction, there was a sense of admiration in his tone. "It is an intriguing phenomenon indeed," he mused. "A hero whose spirit shines with hope, yet carries within him the seed of a power that could change the course of history. Perhaps, in time, he will learn that even the act of destruction can be a tool for renewal." As the cosmic energies continued to weave their intricate patterns between the two universes, life on Earth went on with its usual cadence. The city remained unaware of the grand designs unfolding above, where the fate of countless worlds hung delicately in the balance. Yet for Deku, that night marked the beginning of an extraordinary journey, a path that would soon lead him far beyond the familiar streets of his hometown. In the quiet solitude of his modest room, surrounded by mementos of his heroic aspirations, posters of All Might, notebooks filled with dreams and plans, and the gentle hum of hope, Deku lay awake, pondering the strange sensations he had experienced. His mind raced with questions. What was the source of this mysterious pull? Could it be that his destiny was intertwined with the vast cosmos itself? The thought was as exhilarating as it was daunting. As he drifted off to sleep, visions of swirling galaxies, shimmering portals, and radiant energy danced in his dreams. In these ethereal landscapes, he saw himself standing before a radiant figure, an embodiment of cosmic power and ancient wisdom. Though the figure's face was obscured in a luminous haze, its presence filled him with a sense of reassurance and purpose. "You are meant for greatness," the figure seemed to whisper, its voice echoing in the depths of his soul. "Your path is intertwined with the fate of worlds." Morning arrived like a gentle promise, its soft light seeping through the curtains and casting the room in hues of gold and green. For Deku, the break of day brought with it not only a new beginning but also a lingering echo of the night's mysterious call. He awoke with a renewed determination, his heart alight with the optimism that had always defined him. The heroic spirit that had carried him through countless challenges now faced a horizon filled with the unknown, yet also with the promise of transformation. Deku rose from his bed, stretching as if to embrace the entire universe, and prepared for another day of training. But even as he laced up his sneakers and stepped out into the crisp morning air, the memory of that celestial call remained vivid. It was a reminder that sometimes, destiny arrives in unexpected forms, urging one to rise above the ordinary and embrace a role that is as vast as the cosmos. In the midst of his morning routine, as he ran along the quiet streets and felt the pulse of life in every step, Deku's thoughts wandered back to that shimmering vision, a vision that had planted a seed of possibility in his heart. What if my journey was meant to be more than just fighting villains? He wondered. What if there is a purpose greater than I ever imagined? The thought filled him with hope, and with each stride, he embraced the optimism that came from knowing that every hero's journey is paved with moments of unexpected wonder. Later that day, as the city bustled with life and the people went about their daily routines, Deku found himself seeking solace in a quiet park. The park was a sanctuary of nature amid the urban sprawl, a place where the gentle rustle of leaves and the soft murmur of a nearby fountain provided a respite from the relentless pace of modern life. Here, beneath the sprawling branches of an ancient oak, he allowed his mind to wander freely, contemplating the mysteries that had begun to weave into his life. Sitting on a weathered bench, he pulled out a small notebook, a habit he had nurtured over the years. With a pencil in hand, he began to sketch the images that had haunted his dreams: swirling galaxies, luminous energy, and a figure cloaked in celestial light. Each stroke of his pencil was filled with both uncertainty and determination. As he wrote down his thoughts, the optimism that had always been his guiding light shone through. Maybe, he thought aloud, this is the beginning of something amazing, a chance to redefine what it means to be a hero. The gentle breeze carried whispers from the world beyond, as if nature itself was urging him on. In that moment, Deku felt a profound connection to the universe, a recognition that he was part of a larger, grander tapestry. The cosmic anomaly, which had silently woven its way into his destiny, was not a harbinger of doom but a call to a higher purpose. It was an invitation to explore, to learn, and to embrace a role that transcended the boundaries of his everyday life. As the day progressed, the optimism of the morning gave way to a quiet determination. Deku's training resumed with renewed vigor. Every punch, every kick, and every burst of energy was now imbued with a sense of destiny. The ordinary act of training was transformed into a ritual of self-discovery, a journey toward unlocking hidden potential that lay dormant within him. Even as he pushed his physical limits, his mind remained alight with the possibilities of what lay ahead. In the midst of a particularly intense session, where every fiber of his being was dedicated to surpassing his own expectations, a sudden flash of light caught Deku's eye. It was not the glow of the gym's fluorescent lights or the reflection of the morning sun. This was something entirely different, a shimmering aura that seemed to defy explanation. For a heartbeat, time itself appeared to slow, and the air around him was filled with a tangible energy that pulsed in harmony with his heartbeat. He stopped mid-motion, his eyes widening in awe. The aura expanded and danced around him, a luminous display of colors that seemed to be drawn from the very spectrum of the cosmos. In that moment, Deku felt an overwhelming surge of clarity. The doubts and uncertainties that had occasionally clouded his mind were replaced by an undeniable truth. His life was about to change in ways he could scarcely imagine. "Is this part of it?" he murmured, his voice trembling with a mix of excitement and disbelief. The answer came not in words but in the resonant thrum of energy that filled the space around him, a call from the universe, inviting him to step beyond the realm of ordinary heroism and embrace a destiny that spanned galaxies. High above, the cosmic anomaly, like a luminous bridge, extended its influence further into the realms of existence. Whis and Beerus observed the unfolding events with a measured curiosity. Whis, ever the connoisseur of subtle shifts in cosmic energy, noted that the source of this radiant power was unlike anything encountered before. "Master Beerus," he said with a hint of admiration in his voice, "this power, its essence is pure and unbridled. It carries the warmth of hope and the spark of something truly extraordinary. I believe it emanates from a realm where the light of heroism burns bright." Beerus, whose eyes had seen countless epochs and witnessed the rise and fall of civilizations, regarded this revelation with a rare glimmer of optimism. "It appears that the universe has chosen a most unusual candidate for its next great evolution," he mused. "A hero whose heart beats with courage and compassion, yet whose destiny is interwoven with the very forces that shape our cosmos. This is not a mere coincidence, Whis. It is a sign that the time has come for a new chapter to begin." The divine conversation resonated through the corridors of space and time, echoing in the silent expanse where the laws of physics intertwined with the whims of fate. And as Beerus and Whis contemplated the possibilities, the bridge between worlds continued to strengthen, linking Deku's earthly realm with the boundless cosmos beyond. That evening, as the sun dipped below the horizon and painted the sky in breathtaking shades of orange and pink, Deku found himself drawn once again to the quiet hill overlooking the city. Here, amidst the soft rustling of leaves and the gentle murmur of the wind, he gazed upward at a sky that now seemed imbued with an extra layer of magic. Every star appeared to hold a secret, every flicker of light a story waiting to be told. Seated on the grassy knoll, Deku's heart swelled with an overwhelming sense of hope. He could feel that his journey was about to take a dramatic turn, a leap from the known into the extraordinary. The cosmic call that had awakened him that night was not a threat, but rather an invitation, a call to become part of a grand tapestry where every thread, no matter how small, contributed to a magnificent picture of destiny. He closed his eyes and let the cool breeze wash over him, imagining the possibilities that lay ahead. "I'm ready," he whispered to the night, his voice carrying the promise of a new beginning. In that simple declaration, he embraced the truth that heroism was not just about fighting battles on Earth. It was about rising to meet challenges that spanned the very cosmos. In the hours that followed, as the world around him settled into the gentle embrace of twilight, Deku's mind was abuzz with thoughts of what the future might hold. Every shadow, every glimmer of light, seemed to hint at a deeper meaning, a message that resonated with the very core of his being. It was as if the universe was sending him signals in a language older than time itself, inviting him to step beyond the limitations of his past and forge a path toward an extraordinary destiny. His thoughts wandered to the faces of those he cherished, the friends who had stood by him through countless trials, the mentors who had believed in his potential, and the countless lives that looked to him for hope. In each of those memories, he saw the reflection of his own resolve, a determination to rise above adversity, to embrace the unknown, and to shine a light even in the darkest corners of the world. In that reflective solitude, Deku felt an inner transformation beginning. The cosmic call, the radiant energy that had enveloped him, was like a seed planted deep within his soul. With each passing moment, it grew, nurtured by the waters of hope and the sunlight of unwavering determination. It whispered of a future where he would not only be a hero on Earth but also a guardian of a balance that transcended the boundaries of mortal existence. As the night deepened, the boundary between dreams and waking life blurred. In a moment of surreal clarity, Deku's surroundings seemed to shimmer as if viewed through a prism of possibility. The world was no longer just the familiar city he had known all his life. It was a gateway to endless horizons, each filled with challenges, wonders, and the promise of growth. Under the canopy of stars, the whispers of the cosmos grew louder, and Deku's resolve crystallized. He understood, in that profound moment of introspection, that every hero's journey is marked by moments of transformation, times when the old self is shed to make way for something greater. It was not merely a physical evolution but a metamorphosis of the heart and soul. In his mind's eye, he saw the path ahead, a journey that would take him beyond the realms of conventional heroism into territories where cosmic forces played a pivotal role. And though the challenges that awaited were daunting, the optimism that filled him was unyielding. The universe had already begun its gentle persuasion, and he was ready to listen, to learn, and to embrace the destiny that beckoned from the stars. As the first light of dawn began to break over the horizon, the promise of a new day brought with it a renewed sense of purpose. The delicate interplay of shadow and light painted the sky in a cascade of colors, each hue a reminder that every ending is also a beginning. For Deku, that morning was more than just the start of another day. It was the herald of a new chapter in a saga that would intertwine the fate of his world with that of the cosmos. With the rising sun warming his face, Deku made a silent vow. He would carry the lessons of his past, the hopes of his friends, and the wisdom of those who had guided him. But now, he would also embrace a responsibility that was as vast as the universe, a destiny that required him to be both a beacon of hope and a guardian of cosmic balance. In that quiet moment, standing on the precipice of a future filled with unknown wonders, Deku felt an inner strength like never before. His heart beat in unison with the cosmic pulse that had drawn him to this very moment. Every challenge he had faced, every hardship he had overcome, had led him to this singular, transformative point. The collision of worlds was not an act of chaos, but rather a beautiful convergence, a melding of light and destiny that promised a future where hope would always prevail. The energy that had surrounded him earlier still lingered like a gentle afterglow, a reminder that his journey was being guided by forces far beyond his control. It was an energy that promised growth, transformation, and the opportunity to redefine what it meant to be a hero. And in that promise lay an optimism so profound that it lifted his spirit even higher. Deku's eyes, reflecting the myriad colors of the dawning sky, were filled with determination. He understood that while the road ahead might be fraught with challenges and sacrifices, it was also paved with the light of possibility. The merging of two worlds, a collision of heroic ideals and cosmic order, was not a harbinger of destruction, but a call to create a legacy of balance and hope. As he took his first steps toward the rising sun, the gentle murmur of the wind seemed to echo the promise of destiny. "I will be ready," he whispered to the vast expanse before him, his voice steady and resolute. "I will honor the legacy of hope and embrace the strength that lies within. No matter where this journey takes me, I will remain true to the hero I am meant to be." And so, as the morning unfolded in a cascade of radiant light, the stage was set for a new and extraordinary adventure. The cosmic anomaly that had connected two disparate worlds pulsed gently in the background, a silent testament to the fact that destiny often comes in the most unexpected forms. For Deku, this was the moment when the ordinary gave way to the extraordinary, when the call of the cosmos was answered with a heart full of hope and determination. In that expansive, limitless morning, as the world awoke to the gentle promise of a new day, Deku took a deep breath and stepped forward. Each step was a testament to the resilience of the human spirit, a spirit that, when guided by optimism and unwavering resolve, could transcend the boundaries of fate and touch the very stars. The collision of worlds had begun, not as an act of chaos, but as a harmonious convergence of destiny. And as Deku moved forward into this brave new reality, his heart sang with the promise of tomorrow, a tomorrow where heroes, both mortal and divine, would unite to forge a future bathed in the light of hope and the endless possibilities of the cosmos. In this moment, under the endless canopy of stars and with the promise of a new destiny twinkling like distant galaxies in his eyes, Deku embraced the collision of worlds as a beginning filled with the optimism that every challenge is but a stepping stone toward greatness, and every ending a doorway to something beautifully new. The journey had just begun, and with the cosmos as his silent guide, Deku was ready to answer the call. The radiant energy of the universe, the whispered secrets of the stars, and the resolute beat of his own heart all converged into one magnificent truth: that destiny, no matter how vast or mysterious, is always within reach for those brave enough to step into the light. And so, with hope as his shield and determination as his sword, the young hero embarked on a path that would lead him far beyond the familiar, into a realm where the lines between creation and destruction blurred into a vibrant tapestry of infinite possibility, a tapestry that he was destined to help weave, one radiant thread at a time. The universe, in all its sprawling majesty, has a way of whispering secrets into the ears of those who dare to listen. It was in one such whisper, a gentle, persistent murmur threading through the fabric of space-time, that destiny began to weave its intricate tapestry, far beyond the realms of mortal sight. In a sanctum where cosmic forces danced with serene intensity, Lord Beerus sat in quiet contemplation. The mighty god of destruction, known for his fearsome reputation and unpredictable whims, had long mastered the art of balancing creation and annihilation. Yet tonight, amidst the chorus of celestial vibrations, an unusual spark of anticipation lit the embers of his ancient soul. Beerus's sanctuary was a realm of shifting hues and pulsating energies, where time was both a river and a memory. Here, the stars sang in a language older than existence itself, and every particle resonated with the potential of new beginnings. Reclining on a throne sculpted from the very essence of cosmic dust, Beerus closed his eyes, allowing the ambient energy to wash over him. In this deep meditation, his mind wandered through eons, recalling the cycles of life and the delicate interplay of order and chaos. A subtle disquiet had stirred within him, a ripple in the tranquil sea of his thoughts. It was not a harbinger of doom, but rather a call of destiny, tender and insistent. Alongside him, his ever-watchful attendant Whis observed the unfolding events with a serene smile and an air of knowing calm. Whis, the eternal guide whose wisdom transcended mortal understanding, sensed the same stirring, a cosmic resonance that spoke of change and hope. "Beerus," Whis said softly, his voice carrying the gentle lilt of distant cosmic winds. "Do you feel it too? The pulse of something extraordinary on the horizon?" Beerus opened one eye, a faint glimmer of curiosity breaking through his usual aloof demeanor. "I do, Whis. It is as if the universe itself is calling out, a summons that cannot be ignored. There is a potential, a spark that might alter the balance we have long maintained. In that moment, the celestial hum grew louder, not as a threat, but as an invitation. The force was gentle yet insistent, like the first light of dawn heralding the promise of a new day. And as fate would have it, halfway across the vast expanse of worlds, a young man named Izuku Midoriya, affectionately known as Deku, was about to hear that call in a way that would change his life forever. In the bustling city of Muzurifu, where the everyday struggles of heroism intertwined with dreams of greatness, Deku lay in his modest room, his heart heavy with the weight of responsibilities and hopes alike. As the moon cast a silvery glow through his window, the stillness of night became a canvas for the extraordinary. Unbeknownst to Deku, that night would be far different from any other, a night when dreams would blur the lines between his familiar world and the cosmic realms beyond. Deku's sleep was punctuated by visions that defied the laws of gravity and time. He found himself floating in an endless expanse of radiant starlight, surrounded by swirling nebulae and constellations that glowed with an almost sentient luminescence. In this boundless realm, every breath carried the scent of distant galaxies, and every heartbeat resonated with the promise of new beginnings. He saw shimmering silhouettes of ancient beings and felt the warmth of cosmic energy pulsing through him. It was as if the universe was reaching out, cradling him in its infinite embrace. At first, these visions filled him with awe and wonder, a feeling so pure and exhilarating that his heart soared like a bird taking flight on a clear, blue morning. Yet, there was also a sense of urgency, a call that pulled him deeper into this surreal landscape. A soft, melodic voice, like a gentle chime in a silent cathedral, whispered words that Deku could not quite grasp, but that stirred something deep within his soul. "Rise, young hero," the voice intoned. "Your destiny awaits beyond the confines of what you have known. Embrace the light and the dark within you, for they shall guide you to a future where hope is reborn." The voice was not threatening but rather reassuring, an invitation to explore the unknown with open arms. Deku's heart pounded with both excitement and trepidation. In the vivid dreamscape, images of radiant energy and swirling galaxies merged with familiar faces from his everyday life, his friends at UA, his mentors, and even the shadows of his past struggles. Yet, there was something entirely different about this realm. It was as if his very essence was being pulled toward a destiny that transcended the world of heroes. He began to understand that the energy he was experiencing was not just the chaotic spark of quirk power or the determined resolve of a hero's heart. It was something far greater, a cosmic force that connected all life and all matter in an intricate dance of creation and rebirth. As the visions faded with the break of dawn, Deku awoke with a lingering sense of wonder and anticipation. The remnants of the dream clung to him like stardust, illuminating his mind with fragments of cosmic knowledge. He felt an inexplicable pull towards the unknown, a call that beckoned him to step beyond the familiar and venture into realms he had only ever imagined in his wildest dreams. That morning, as rays of sunlight streamed through his window and danced upon the pages of his well-worn notebooks, Deku felt a renewed sense of purpose. His dreams had been vivid and transformative, a divine summons that echoed the very heartbeat of the cosmos. With each passing moment, the call grew clearer, a gentle but relentless urging to discover the source of this newfound energy. Deku began to notice subtle changes in his everyday world. The breeze that whispered through the trees carried hints of an otherworldly melody, and the golden light of dawn seemed to shimmer with an ethereal quality. Even the familiar sounds of the bustling city were imbued with a sense of anticipation, as if the universe itself were orchestrating a grand symphony in honor of his destiny. At school, during his routine training sessions and quiet moments of reflection, Deku's mind kept drifting back to that cosmic dream. The images of swirling galaxies and radiant nebulae were now etched in his memory, urging him to seek out the deeper meaning behind these visions. He began to scribble notes and sketches in the margins of his textbooks, trying to capture the fleeting essence of the cosmic call. His determination, which had always burned bright with the hope of becoming the greatest hero, now took on a new dimension, a yearning to understand and harness the mysterious energy that coursed through him. In the hours that followed, as Deku continued with his day, a series of inexplicable events began to unfold. It started with small, almost imperceptible changes, a soft glow that emanated from his fingertips during moments of deep concentration, a sudden clarity of thought during training, and even a peculiar warmth that spread through him when he was in the quiet solitude of a classroom. These subtle shifts felt as if they were guiding him, nudging him towards something extraordinary. Later that afternoon, while sitting beneath the sprawling branches of a venerable tree in a peaceful park, Deku's reverie was interrupted by the appearance of a shimmering portal. At first, he thought it was a trick of the light, a mere illusion conjured by his overactive imagination. But as the portal grew more distinct, its surface rippling with iridescent hues of blue and violet, he knew in his heart that this was no ordinary occurrence. The portal was a gateway, a conduit connecting his world to a realm beyond mortal comprehension. Before he could fully process what was happening, a gentle yet firm voice resonated from the portal, echoing with the cadence of distant cosmic winds. "Izuka Midoriya," the voice intoned, imbued with a warmth and wisdom that transcended time and space. "The call of destiny awaits you. Come forth, and embrace the path that has been laid before you." The sound of his own name, spoken with such authority and tenderness, sent shivers down Deku's spine. His heart pounded in his chest as he realized that this was the universe's way of inviting him to a destiny far greater than he had ever imagined. With a mixture of courage and wonder, he stood, stepping closer to the luminous gateway. The air around him shimmered with energy, and every fiber of his being vibrated with the promise of a new beginning. As he approached the portal, a figure emerged from its swirling depths, a figure whose presence radiated calm assurance and ethereal beauty. Clad in robes that seemed woven from starlight and celestial energy, the figure exuded an aura of timeless wisdom. Deku felt an overwhelming sense of peace as he gazed upon this mysterious guide. "Welcome, Deku," the figure said with a gentle smile, extending a hand in invitation. "I am Whis, a humble servant of the Cosmic Order, here to help you understand the extraordinary power that has awakened within you. Today marks the beginning of your journey beyond the ordinary, a journey that will reveal the hidden depths of your soul and the cosmic destiny that awaits." Deku's eyes widened with wonder. Though his heart raced with the excitement of discovery, he felt no fear, only an abiding optimism that illuminated the path before him. The presence of Whis was like a soothing balm, easing the uncertainties that had begun to creep into his thoughts. With each step he took toward the portal, Deku felt his resolve strengthen, his determination fusing with the radiant energy that pulsed around him. Who are you?" Deku managed to ask, his voice a blend of awe and cautious curiosity. "I am a guide," Whis replied softly, his eyes twinkling with a wisdom as deep as the cosmos itself. "I have watched over many who have walked the path of destiny, and now it is your turn to discover the truths that lie beyond your current existence. The energy you have felt, the cosmic power stirring within you, is the beginning of your transformation. It is a gift, a calling from the universe itself, inviting you to become a bridge between the worlds of heroism and the cosmic balance that sustains all life." As Whis spoke, Deku felt a warmth spread through him, a sense of reassurance that quelled the doubts that had begun to fester in the recesses of his mind. The transformation he was experiencing was not a harbinger of doom or a call to abandon the principles he held dear. Rather, it was an opportunity to grow, to evolve into a force that could harmonize the ideals of compassion and strength. The luminous portal pulsed in rhythm with Deku's heartbeat, each beat echoing the promise of a future filled with possibility. The energy surrounding him was vibrant and alive, a testament to the interconnectedness of all things in the universe. In that moment, the dichotomy of light and dark, creation and destruction, did not seem like opposing forces but rather complementary aspects of a larger, more beautiful whole. "Come," Whis said, his tone both inviting and resolute. "Step through the gateway and embrace the energy that awaits you. The journey ahead may be challenging, but it is filled with wonders and the potential for greatness. Trust in yourself, for you are the chosen one to carry this cosmic legacy forward." Deku took a deep breath, his eyes fixed on the swirling vortex of light before him. With a heart full of hope and a spirit eager to learn, he extended his hand toward the portal. The energy flowed around him, enveloping him in a cocoon of radiant light that seemed to pulse in harmony with the beating of his heart. In that transcendent moment, the boundaries of his world melted away, and he found himself suspended between two realms, the familiar and the fantastical. As Deku stepped through the portal, the world around him transformed in an instant. The air shimmered with ethereal light, and the colors of the cosmos unfurled in a spectacular display of beauty. He found himself in a vast expanse that defied description, a realm where time flowed like a gentle river, and the very essence of existence was intertwined with the cosmic energy that danced around him. Here, the landscape was a harmonious blend of celestial wonders, glowing constellations, spiraling galaxies, and nebulous clouds that radiated hues of gold, blue, and violet. Every direction offered a new vista, each more breathtaking than the last. The gentle hum of the universe filled his ears, a melody that resonated with hope and the promise of new beginnings. Deku's heart swelled with optimism as he surveyed this magnificent realm. The familiar notions of fear and uncertainty melted away, replaced by a profound sense of belonging and destiny. Every step he took on this luminous path reaffirmed that he was exactly where he needed to be, that his journey was one of growth, of discovery, and of a future that held boundless possibilities. Whis walked beside him, his calm presence a steady guide through the cosmic expanse. "This is but the first step of your journey," he explained, his voice carrying the soft cadence of ancient wisdom. "Beyond this realm lies a legacy that has been waiting for you, a destiny that will not only test your strength but also your heart and your resolve. You must learn to harness the power within you, to balance the light of compassion with the strength required to maintain order in the universe." As they traveled, Deku marveled at the wonders that unfolded before him. He observed shimmering cosmic streams that flowed like celestial rivers, carrying with them the whispers of long-forgotten histories and the promise of a future yet unwritten. Each sight, each sound, filled him with an indescribable joy, a joy that came from the realization that he was part of something infinitely grand and eternally evolving. "All my life," Deku whispered to himself, "I have dreamed of being a hero, a protector of life, a guardian of hope. And now, it seems that destiny has invited me to explore a realm where even heroes are called to embrace the mysteries of creation and destruction alike." His voice was soft, but within it lay a determination that had been kindled by the radiant energy of this new world. The optimism of this cosmic realm was infectious. Every swirling cloud of stardust and every burst of radiant energy spoke of renewal and transformation. It was as if the universe itself was celebrating the potential for growth in every living being, nurturing the idea that every end was but a precursor to a vibrant new beginning. Deku's spirit soared with the knowledge that his destiny was not defined by the limitations of his past but was open to infinite possibilities, bound only by the courage of his convictions. Whis paused at a juncture where the cosmic path widened into a grand amphitheater of light. Here, the energy coalesced into intricate patterns that resembled the delicate strokes of an artist's brush on a celestial canvas. "Here," Whis said, gesturing gracefully with his hand, "you will begin to learn the art of harmonizing the forces that dwell within you. This place, known as the Celestial Nexus, is where the energy of countless worlds converges. It is a realm of balance, where every spark of creation is interlaced with the potential for renewal." In the heart of the Celestial Nexus, Deku felt his own energy begin to resonate with the cosmic rhythm that pulsed around him. The connection was almost instantaneous, a deep, profound understanding that the power surging within him was not random or accidental, but a vital thread woven into the tapestry of the universe. As he closed his eyes, he allowed himself to feel the flow of energy, the steady pulse of cosmic life that whispered of hope, renewal, and the promise of greatness. "I have always believed that a hero's strength comes not just from their power, but from the heart that guides it," Deku murmured, his voice filled with quiet conviction. "I feel it now. This energy is a part of me, and I must learn to embrace it, to let it guide me to become not only a protector but a beacon of balance for all that exists." Whis' eyes sparkled with approval. "Indeed, Deku. The journey ahead will demand that you balance your inherent compassion with the responsibility that comes with wielding such power. But remember, every challenge is an opportunity for growth. Embrace these lessons with an open heart, and you will find that even the most tumultuous forces can be transformed into a radiant light that heals rather than harms." For a long while, the two traveled in silence, each lost in their own reflections. The optimistic energy of the Celestial Nexus wrapped around them like a comforting embrace, and Deku felt a renewed sense of purpose with every step he took. The uncertainties of his former life, the doubts, the fears, the moments of despair, seemed to recede, replaced by a vision of a future where his potential was limitless, where every trial was but a stepping stone toward a destiny of boundless hope. As the journey continued, Deku found himself in a place that defied description, a luminous garden suspended in the heart of the cosmic realm. Here, celestial flora bloomed in an array of colors that no mortal eye had ever witnessed, and gentle streams of light wove intricate patterns across the ground like threads of destiny. Each blossom radiated a quiet beauty, a silent testament to the cycle of growth and rebirth that underpinned all of existence. Sitting on a bench carved from gleaming, translucent stone, Deku allowed himself a moment of quiet reflection. He thought of his life back in Mizurufu, the struggles he had faced, the friends he had supported, and the dreams that had carried him through countless hardships. Yet now, in this serene haven of cosmic wonder, he felt a kinship with the universe that transcended any individual aspiration. He realized that his journey was not merely about achieving greatness as a hero, but about embracing a destiny that connected him to the very pulse of creation itself. In this garden of light, the optimism of the cosmos was palpable. The energy around him hummed with a gentle vibrancy that spoke of endless possibilities, a promise that every ending was simply the precursor to a new beginning. Deku's heart filled with gratitude for the opportunity to witness such beauty and to be entrusted with a destiny that, while daunting, was imbued with hope and purpose. "I never imagined that my path would lead me here," he whispered to the garden, as if confiding in the blossoms themselves. "But now I see that every step, every trial, was guiding me toward this moment, the moment when I can truly embrace the light and the dark within me, and use them to forge a future filled with hope." At that moment, a soft glow emerged from behind a cluster of celestial trees, and Whis reappeared with a gentle smile. "Deku, your heart has opened to the wonders of this realm," he said warmly. "You have begun to understand that the energy within you is a gift, a beacon of hope that can restore balance and inspire those who walk in the light. Your journey is only beginning, and the lessons you learn here will shape the destiny of not just one world, but of many." Deku nodded, feeling the truth of Whis' words resonate deep within his soul. "I understand," he replied with a quiet determination. "I will learn to harness this power, to let it guide me in protecting life and fostering renewal. I know now that every challenge I face is a chance to grow, to become stronger, and to spread hope throughout the universe." As the celestial garden bathed them in its radiant glow, the two continued their journey, each step marked by the promise of a new dawn. The gentle optimism of the cosmic realm filled Deku with a sense of purpose that transcended the struggles of his past. He was no longer merely a hero in training. He was a chosen one, called upon by the universe to embrace a destiny that would reshape not only his own future but that of countless lives across the cosmos. In the days that followed, Deku's training in the Celestial Nexus became a transformative experience. Under Whis' patient guidance, he learned to listen to the subtle whispers of the cosmic energy that flowed through him. He practiced channeling this energy into controlled bursts, melding his natural determination with the raw power of creation and destruction. Each session was a dance between discipline and spontaneity, a delicate interplay that allowed him to master not only the physical manifestations of his power but also the deeper, spiritual connection to the universe. During one such session, as Deku concentrated on merging his quirk with the cosmic energy, he found himself enveloped in a shimmering aura of light. The energy pulsed in time with his heartbeat, filling him with a sense of invincibility and wonder. In that moment, he realized that his struggles and triumphs, his fears and dreams, were all part of a grand, interconnected design, a design that promised growth and renewal, no matter how dark the path might seem. Whis watched with quiet pride as Deku's energy blossomed into intricate patterns of light. "You see, Deku," Whis explained softly, "every spark of power within you is a reminder that even in the vastness of the cosmos, there is hope. You are not meant to be a force of blind destruction, but rather a guardian of balance, one who can channel the potential for both creation and renewal. This is your divine call, and with it comes the promise of endless possibility." The optimism in Deku's eyes was unmistakable. In every flicker of cosmic light, in every ripple of energy that danced around him, he saw the promise of a brighter future, a future where his strength would not only protect the innocent but also heal the scars of a fractured universe. It was a promise that filled him with an unyielding resolve to continue his journey, to embrace the unknown with courage and compassion. As the cosmic lessons unfolded around him, Deku's spirit grew ever more luminous. he began to understand that his destiny was intertwined with the very rhythm of existence. A rhythm that beat with the potential for renewal, for every end was simply a prelude to a new beginning. And so, with every lesson learned and every challenge overcome, he stepped further into the role he was meant to play, a beacon of hope destined to bridge the worlds of mortal heroism and cosmic wonder. As twilight deepened into a shimmering canvas of starlight, Deku and Whis approached a grand celestial archway, a portal of magnificent design that beckoned them to the next stage of the journey. This archway, adorned with symbols that glowed with the wisdom of ages, was not just an exit from the celestial nexus, but a gateway to the broader cosmos where the threads of destiny wove the stories of countless worlds. Here Deku paused, his heart swelling with a mixture of awe and anticipation. In the gentle illumination of the archway, he saw reflections of his past struggles and visions of a future brimming with hope. He knew that the journey ahead would be filled with challenges that tested both his strength and his heart. Yet, as he gazed into the radiant light of the portal, he felt an overwhelming certainty that he was exactly where he needed to be. "Are you ready, Deku?" Whis asked softly, his voice echoing with the promise of untold adventures. "Beyond this archway lie the lessons and trials that will shape you into the guardian of balance that the universe so desperately needs." With a resolute nod, Deku stepped forward, leaving behind the familiar confines of the celestial nexus and embracing the expansive unknown. As he crossed the threshold, the light enveloped him completely, merging with the energy that flowed through his very being. It was a moment of pure transformation, a moment when every doubt was washed away by the brilliance of a new dawn. The optimism that had taken root in Deku's heart now blossomed into a radiant certainty. He was not merely following a path dictated by fate. He was forging a destiny of his own, one that would ripple through the cosmos and inspire hope in every corner of existence. And as the cosmic energies swirled around him, carrying him toward a future filled with infinite possibility, Deku felt a profound sense of gratitude. The divine call had awakened something within him, a light that would forever shine as a testament to the resilience of the human spirit and the eternal promise of rebirth. In the quiet moments that followed his passage through the celestial archway, Deku found himself standing before a vast, starry horizon. The universe stretched out before him in all its majestic splendor, a realm where every star, every burst of cosmic energy, sang the song of hope and renewal. In that moment, as he gazed upon the infinite tapestry of creation, he understood that his journey had only just begun. Every lesson, every challenge that lay ahead, was a stepping stone toward a destiny that embraced both the light of hope and the transformative power of change. With the gentle guidance of Whis and the cosmic energy that flowed through him, Deku was ready to embrace the divine call. He was ready to become the guardian of balance, to weave the threads of hope into the fabric of the universe, and to honor the promise that every end was but the herald of a brilliant new beginning. In the heart of the cosmos, where the past and future danced in an eternal embrace, Deku's spirit shone as a beacon of optimism, a light that would guide him through the darkest nights and lead him toward a destiny filled with wonder, compassion, and boundless possibility. And so, with the universe as his canvas and hope as his guide, Deku embarked on the next chapter of his extraordinary journey, a journey that would forever change not only his life but the destiny of worlds yet to be born. Deku's eyes fluttered open to a spectacle that defied any expectation he'd ever harbored. One moment he had been training, pushing himself to master even the faintest glimmer of a power that, until now, had been nothing more than a mysterious undercurrent in his quirk, and the next, he was enveloped in an expanse of swirling, cosmic light. It was as if the very fabric of reality had peeled away to reveal a realm beyond mortal comprehension. He stood in a vast chamber that defied terrestrial architecture, a space where gravity itself felt like a suggestion rather than a law. Ethereal hues of violet, sapphire, and gold rippled across what appeared to be a living sky, a canvas of cosmic artistry painted by the hand of destiny. At first, panic fluttered at the edges of his mind, but then, as if on cue, a steady determination rooted itself in his heart. "I've faced challenges before," he thought, drawing strength from the memory of every hardship he'd overcome. "This is just another step on my journey." A gentle hum resonated through the chamber, a melodic vibration that seemed to pulse in tune with his racing heartbeat. Deku's emerald eyes widened as he took in the grandeur of the space, vast arches of stardust, crystalline formations that refracted light into endless rainbows, and distant, glittering orbs that looked like miniature galaxies suspended in an endless night. In the center of it all, a single radiant portal hung suspended, a swirling vortex of power that promised both answers and tests to come. Before Deku could fully comprehend the surreal panorama, a deep, sonorous voice echoed through the void. "So, you've finally arrived." The tone was neither warm nor cold. It was measured, imbued with an authority that commanded both respect and apprehension. Deku's heart pounded, and he instinctively stepped forward. The words belonged to none other than the cosmic being who presided over creation and destruction alike, a being whose reputation was etched across galaxies, Lord Beerus. As Deku's eyes adjusted to the dimming brilliance of the chamber, a figure emerged from the interplay of light and shadow. Clad in regal robes that shimmered with celestial patterns and exuding an aura of both infinite power and inscrutable whimsy, Beerus regarded Deku with eyes that glittered like distant suns. The god of destruction's gaze was penetrating yet curious, as if he were seeing both the surface of the young hero and the untamed potential simmering beneath. "I've watched you, Deku Midoriya," Beerus began, his tone carrying the weight of millennia. "I sense a spark, a delicate balance of compassion and latent cosmic energy that is rare in beings of your kind." Deku swallowed hard, his mind racing to process the significance of these words. His voice, steady yet tinged with awe, emerged. "Lord Beerus, I never imagined that my journey would lead me here. I've always strived to protect people, to do what is right, but this power inside me, it's overwhelming." A slow, almost imperceptible smile played upon Beerus's lips. "Overwhelming, perhaps, but not without purpose. There is an equilibrium in the universe, a delicate dance between creation and destruction, and you, young hero, might just have a role to play in this cosmic ballet." The air around them vibrated with an energy that spoke of destiny's inexorable pull, drawing Deku deeper into the enigma of his newfound calling. For a long, suspended moment neither spoke. Deku's mind whirled with questions. Why had he been chosen, and what did it mean to balance the forces of life and death? Yet, amidst the uncertainty, an undercurrent of optimism and resolve began to form. He had always believed in the power of hope and determination. If he could master even a fraction of his quirk's potential, surely he could learn to harness this cosmic force. Breaking the silence, Beerus continued. "I have long served as the arbiter of balance in the universe. My duty, as you might call it, is to preserve the cosmic order by wielding the power of destruction, not for the sake of cruelty, but to pave the way for new beginnings. I am aging, and the time has come for me to choose a successor. You, Deku, might be that person." Deku's heart thundered in his chest. The notion of being chosen as a successor to a being of Beerus's stature was as staggering as it was humbling. "Me, a successor? I'm just a hero in training. I've never even dreamed of wielding such power. How could I possibly live up to this responsibility?" Beerus's eyes softened, though the divine glow within them did not diminish. "True strength lies not in the absence of fear, but in overcoming it. I see within you a spirit unyielding, a desire to protect that transcends mere physical might. The path before you is riddled with trials and uncertainties, but every step you take is an opportunity to shape your destiny." In that moment, Deku felt a surge of hope. The universe, in all its infinite complexity, was offering him a chance to grow, to redefine the boundaries of what it meant to be a hero. I will do my best," he declared, his voice firm with resolve. "No matter how daunting the task, I will learn to control this power and use it to protect life. I believe that every end is just the beginning of something new." Beerus chuckled softly, a sound that resonated like the gentle rumble of a distant storm. "Optimism is a rare and valuable trait, Deku. But remember, the power you seek is not solely about creation or destruction. It is about understanding the intricate balance between the two." He stepped closer, and the cosmic light danced upon his features, revealing the wisdom of countless eons. "There is a lesson in every struggle, and within every crisis lies the seed of renewal. Embrace your destiny, and you will find that even destruction can be a force for rebirth." As Beerus spoke, Deku's thoughts drifted back to his own life, his struggles, his triumphs, and the unwavering belief instilled in him by his mentors and friends. He remembered All Might's words. "A hero's strength isn't measured by the battles he wins, but by the hope he inspires in others." The idea resonated deeply within him now, amplified by the grandeur of this celestial encounter. Perhaps this role was not a departure from his ideals, but an evolution of them, a chance to protect existence on a scale he had never before imagined. The cosmic chambers seemed to respond to this exchange. Colors intensified, and the swirling energies coalesced into patterns that mirrored the harmony of creation and dissolution. Deku felt the gentle caress of a power both ancient and profound, a force that whispered of endless possibilities. He closed his eyes briefly, taking in the gravity of Beerus's words, and when he opened them again, there was a spark, a flicker of light within his chest that resonated with the cosmic pulse of the universe. "Do you feel that?" he asked, almost in disbelief. "It's as if the energy of the cosmos is speaking to me." His voice was filled with wonder, tinged with the excitement of discovering a new facet of his own abilities. Beerus inclined his head, his gaze appreciative. "Yes, that is the beginning of your awakening. Within you, there lies a harmony, a confluence of your heroic heart and the raw, untamed energy of the cosmos. But mastering it requires not only strength, but a deep understanding of yourself." A brief silence followed, filled with the soft hum of cosmic energy, punctuated only by the steady rhythm of Deku's breathing. The young hero's mind churned with questions. How could he, a mere mortal who had only ever fought alongside his peers in the relatively limited scope of human struggles, possibly learn to channel the boundless power of a god? Yet the optimism that had fueled his every step so far refused to let him succumb to doubt. "I know it won't be easy," he said softly, "but I've always believed that determination can move mountains. If I can push myself to overcome every obstacle on Earth, why shouldn't I be able to learn the true nature of this power?" Beerus's expression grew thoughtful as he regarded Deku. "Your determination is commendable, and it is exactly that resolve which sets you apart. But the journey you are about to embark upon will test every facet of your being. It is not enough to wield power. You must understand its essence and learn to balance its inherent dualities. In time, you may come to see that destruction, when tempered with compassion and wisdom, is but a tool, a means to create space for new growth." The words resonated with Deku, sparking a renewed sense of purpose. He recalled every hardship he had endured, every sacrifice he had made, and every lesson he had learned about the nature of heroism. "I won't let you down," he vowed, his voice trembling with both excitement and determination. "I will learn, I will train, and I will master this power, not to harm without cause, but to ensure that life, real, vibrant life, can flourish in the aftermath of every ending." A gentle smile played on Beerus's lips, a smile that seemed to acknowledge the sincerity and courage in Deku's heart. "Good," he said. "For now, let us begin your trial. The universe has been waiting for this moment, and it is time for you to take your first steps towards embracing your destiny." At that, the swirling portal in the center of the chamber began to pulse with even greater intensity. The vibrant hues deepened, coalescing into a radiant pathway that stretched before Deku like a bridge between worlds. It beckoned him forward, promising that each step would reveal further secrets of the cosmic order, and that beyond each challenge lay the potential for transformation. Deku felt his legs move almost involuntarily, drawn toward the portal as if by the pull of gravity itself, a gravity that was not physical but metaphorical, anchoring him to the moment of destiny. Every stride he took was accompanied by the quiet hum of the universe, as if the cosmos itself were whispering words of encouragement. He could almost see the countless faces of those he had vowed to protect, their hopes, their dreams, and he knew that his journey was not solely for his own sake, but for all of existence. As he approached the portal, the light enveloped him, wrapping him in a cocoon of shimmering energy. In that luminous embrace, memories of his past mingled with visions of the future. He recalled his earliest days as a quirkless child dreaming of heroism, the countless hours spent training, the sacrifices made by mentors and friends alike. And in that tapestry of recollections, a single truth shone brightly. Every trial, every setback, had led him to this moment, where his potential was no longer a distant hope but an emerging reality. For a brief, suspended moment, Deku was alone with his thoughts, a young hero standing at the precipice of a destiny that spanned galaxies. The overwhelming beauty of the cosmic energy and the quiet assurance in Beerus's words fortified his resolve. "I can do this," he whispered to himself, a mantra of determination echoing in his mind. I will embrace my destiny, not out of a desire for power, but out of a commitment to protect life in every form. The portal's glow intensified, and as Deku stepped fully into its radiant heart, he found himself traversing a corridor of light and energy, a metaphysical bridge that connected the chamber of divine revelation to the myriad realms beyond. Along the corridor's walls, swirling images of creation and destruction played out in a mesmerizing dance. Stars being born from cosmic dust, galaxies colliding in a chaotic yet harmonious embrace, and worlds blooming with life before succumbing to the inevitable cycle of decay. Within this surreal passage, time seemed to lose its meaning. Deku felt both the weight of eons and the fleeting nature of a single heartbeat. Yet, amidst the kaleidoscope of visions, one constant remained: the gentle, insistent pulse of hope. It was as if every fragment of cosmic history was whispering to him, urging him to believe that even in the vast expanse of the universe, every soul had a purpose, and every ending was simply a precursor to a new beginning. Emerging from the corridor of light, Deku found himself standing on the precipice of an enormous, open arena. The arena itself was a marvel of celestial design, a grand amphitheater carved out of what appeared to be stardust and ancient cosmic crystals. Floating orbs of light illuminated the space, casting playful shadows and highlighting the intricate patterns etched into the arena's floor. It was here, in this sanctified hall of cosmic judgment, that Beerus awaited him. At the center of the arena, a dais rose, crowned by a solitary figure seated regally upon a throne of shimmering energy. Beerus, his presence both formidable and enigmatic, observed Deku's arrival with a mixture of expectation and approval. The young hero's heart pounded as he took in the immensity of the moment, the silent grandeur of the arena, the weight of cosmic significance in every breath, and the realization that his life was about to change in ways he had never before imagined. Beerus rose slowly from his throne, each movement exuding an elegance that belied his fearsome reputation. "Welcome, Deku," he intoned, his voice resonating across the vast expanse of the arena. "Today marks the beginning of your transformation. Here, you will learn to harness the power that lies within you, a power that is as ancient as the stars themselves and as vital as the very force of life." Deku bowed respectfully, though inside him, a tumult of emotions roiled: excitement, anxiety, and an unwavering determination that burned brighter than any doubt. "I am honored, Lord Beerus," he replied, his voice steady. "I promise to honor this opportunity and to learn all that I can. I want to protect everyone, and I believe that understanding this power is key to fulfilling that mission." Beerus nodded, his eyes glinting with a hint of approval. "Very well," he said. "Your first trial will not be one of brute strength alone, but of the mind and spirit. You must learn to discern the subtle interplay between creation and destruction, a lesson that will serve you well as you walk the path of your destiny." A series of crystalline platforms suddenly materialized around the arena, each suspended in midair by invisible cosmic forces. On each platform, a vision unfolded, a scene depicting a moment of creation or annihilation, a snapshot of the eternal cycle that governed existence. Deku moved toward the nearest platform, his steps echoing softly in the vast space. As he drew near, the image before him began to shift and change, transitioning from a scene of vibrant, life-affirming growth to one of sudden, devastating collapse. He watched, transfixed, as a lush, vibrant forest was gradually overtaken by a mysterious, consuming force. The trees withered, the ground cracked, and the once thriving ecosystem fell silent under the weight of unstoppable decay. Yet, even as destruction took hold, there was an undeniable beauty in the cycle, a promise that from the ruins, new life would eventually emerge. The vision was both heart-wrenching and hopeful, a reminder that endings, while painful, were never final. Deku's eyes welled with emotion as he absorbed the lesson embedded in the vision. "I see it now," he murmured to himself. "Destruction is not the enemy, it is a necessary part of the cycle of life. Without it, there can be no rebirth, no chance for something new to flourish." His words were soft, yet carried the weight of profound understanding, as if he had tapped into a reservoir of cosmic wisdom that transcended mortal limits. From behind him, Beerus's voice broke the silence. "And what have you learned, Deku Midoriya?" he asked, his tone curious yet measured. Deku turned slowly to face the god of destruction, meeting his piercing gaze without hesitation. I've learned that the power to destroy does not make one evil, he replied, his voice steady and resolute. It is how we use that power that defines us. If we harness it with wisdom and compassion, destruction can become a precursor to growth, a way to clear away what no longer serves us, making space for new beginnings. Beerus's lips curved into an approving smile. Very good, he said. You have grasped the essence of the balance that governs all things. But understanding comes only with experience. Your next trial will require you to manifest that understanding, to channel the cosmic energy within you and shape it in a way that reflects both your heroic spirit and the eternal cycle of the universe. At these words, a platform across the arena began to shimmer with renewed intensity, beckoning Deku with the promise of a new challenge. Though the path ahead was fraught with uncertainty, an optimistic fire burned within him. He remembered every moment of training, every hardship that had honed his resolve, and he knew that this was his chance to prove that even in the realm of cosmic forces, the heart of a true hero could shine brightly. Stepping forward with measured determination, Deku focused his mind on the lessons he had learned both on Earth and in this transcendent realm. As he reached the shimmering platform, he felt a rush of energy surge through him, a powerful current that seemed to resonate with the beat of the cosmos. In that instant, he closed his eyes, centering himself and allowing the energy to flow freely, guided by his unwavering will and the purity of his intentions. The arena around him pulsed with the rhythm of creation and dissolution, as if it were alive with the heartbeat of the universe itself. Deku's entire being vibrated with that cosmic harmony, and in that moment of complete alignment, a radiant light burst forth from within him. The display was breathtaking, a swirling cascade of emerald and starlight, interwoven with hues that mirrored the celestial tapestry of the chamber. It was a manifestation of his inner strength, his heroic resolve, and the nascent cosmic power that he had only just begun to comprehend. Beerus observed silently from the dais, his eyes reflecting both the intensity of the moment and the quiet pride of a mentor witnessing the spark of potential in his pupil. You are beginning to understand, he murmured softly. Your heart, filled with hope and determination, has unlocked a fraction of the power that lies dormant within you. But remember, this is just the beginning. The journey ahead will demand more than mere bursts of energy. It will require discipline, introspection, and a deep connection to the cosmic rhythm that underpins all existence. Deku's chest heaved with exertion, and he slowly allowed the brilliant light to fade, returning the arena to its serene, pulsating glow. As he steadied his breath, he met Beerus's gaze once more, his eyes alight with a newfound understanding. Thank you, Lord Beerus, he said earnestly. I can feel it now, the potential for greatness and the responsibility that comes with it. I promise that I will train, learn, and do everything in my power to honor this gift. A calm smile touched Beerus's features, and he extended a hand in a gesture that was both commanding and encouraging. Then let us proceed, Deku. Embrace your destiny with the optimism that has always defined you. For every trial you overcome, the cosmos will reveal another layer of its mystery, and you will grow stronger, not only in power but in spirit. In that charged moment, the cosmic arena seemed to come alive with silent applause. The swirling energies danced in harmonious arcs around the two figures, bearing witness to the convergence of mortal determination and divine will. Deku felt a surge of optimism wash over him, a belief that, no matter how arduous the path might be, his journey was imbued with meaning and purpose. The universe, in all its vast complexity, had chosen him for a reason, and he was resolved to meet that challenge head-on. As Beerus led him to the next platform, a series of stepping stones suspended over a sea of starlight, Deku marveled at the sheer scale of his new reality. Each platform was a lesson in itself, each challenge a testament to the intricate dance between life and death, creation and destruction. With every step, Deku felt himself becoming more attuned to the cosmic symphony, his heart synchronizing with the eternal pulse of the universe. The optimism that had carried him from the days of humble beginnings on Earth now radiated from him in waves of vibrant energy. It was a light that could not be dimmed by doubt or fear, a beacon of hope that reached out to every corner of the cosmos. And as he moved forward, guided by Beerus's steady presence and his own indomitable spirit, Deku knew that the meeting of destinies was not an end, but the beginning of an even greater journey. A journey that would redefine what it meant to be both a hero and a guardian of the universal balance. In the quiet moments that followed, as Deku absorbed the lessons of the trial and the grandeur of the cosmic arena, he realized that he was standing at the threshold of a new era. An era where the ideals of heroism merged seamlessly with the responsibilities of cosmic order, where hope and sacrifice, creation and destruction, danced in an eternal embrace. And in that realization, he found not fear, but an unyielding optimism, a belief that, no matter how dark the void might seem, the light of a determined heart would always find a way to shine through. As the chamber's gentle hum receded into a calm, lingering echo, Beerus's final words resonated in the vast silence. Remember, Deku, your destiny is not defined by the power you wield, but by the choices you make. Embrace every challenge with courage and compassion, for in doing so, you will not only honor the legacy of destruction, but you will also kindle the spark of creation that lies within us all. With those parting words, Deku felt a renewed surge of hope. He was ready to face whatever trials lay ahead, ready to bridge the gap between mortal limitations and divine potential. And as he looked out over the starlit expanse of the arena, he knew in his heart that this meeting of destinies was but the first step toward a future where his light would shine as brightly as the cosmos itself. Thus, standing at the crossroads of fate and possibility, Deku took a deep breath and continued his journey, each step a promise to himself, to those he cherished, and to the vast, ever-unfolding universe that had, against all odds, chosen him as its next guardian of balance. The cosmic expanse, a swirling tapestry of starlight and energy, stretched infinitely in every direction. Amid this vast celestial arena, Deku stood at the threshold of a new destiny, a destiny that merged the familiar ideals of heroism with the raw, unfathomable power of cosmic creation and destruction. Every heartbeat echoed with anticipation as he took his first cautious steps into the training grounds that shimmered with the brilliance of countless galaxies. It was here, in this realm that transcended both time and space, that Deku would begin his journey of mastering the cosmic energy that now pulsed within him. Before him, a graceful figure drifted through the luminous air, a being whose serene smile and knowing eyes belied the immense power they commanded. Whis, the celestial mentor and guardian of cosmic balance, greeted Deku with a voice as calm and melodic as a distant nebula. "Welcome, Mizuku," Whis intoned, using Deku's given name with an air of gentle formality. "Today, you embark on the path of understanding. The energy that flows within you is unlike anything you have encountered before, a force both formidable and transformative. It is not solely the power of destruction, but the very essence of creation, a duality that exists in perfect harmony." Deku's eyes widened with a mixture of awe and determination. He had trained hard, struggled through countless challenges back in his own world, yet nothing had prepared him for this overwhelming sense of potential, a power that promised to reshape the very fabric of reality if harnessed with wisdom. Whis extended a slender hand, and from his fingertips emanated a soft, iridescent glow. "Before you can accept the role fate has thrust upon you, you must learn to channel and control this cosmic energy. It is not enough to be brave and kind, you must also learn discipline, balance, and the art of transformation. I shall be your guide." Their first steps took them to a training hall that defied conventional architecture. Floating platforms, shimmering energy fields, and crystalline structures coalesced in a space that felt part dream, part reality. The hall pulsed with a gentle rhythm, as if the universe itself was breathing in quiet cadence. Every surface vibrated with latent energy, waiting to be awakened by a worthy soul. "Deku, observe," Whis said, gesturing toward a crystalline orb suspended in midair. "This orb represents the potential of cosmic energy, a swirling mass of creation and destruction intertwined. To master your power, you must learn to connect with it, to let it flow through you like water through a stream." Deku took a deep breath, closing his eyes and reaching out with his mind. He could sense the orb's pulsations, its rhythmic beating that resonated with something deep inside him. In that moment, he recalled his early days as a hero, when he first learned that even the smallest spark of hope could ignite a blazing fire of courage. And so, with a heart full of optimism and a spirit tempered by struggle, he allowed the energy to seep into him. A luminous warmth spread through his body, and images flashed before his mind's eye. Visions of battles fought, lives saved, and the quiet, steadfast determination of those who had walked a similar path. In that moment, Deku understood that the cosmic energy was not a force to be feared but a gift a tool for ensuring balance and fostering growth, even when it demanded the harsh act of necessary destruction. Feel it, Deku, was encouraged softly. The energy is not here to harm, but to remind you that every end births a new beginning. As the days melded seamlessly into nights in the cosmic realm, a realm where time itself seemed fluid, Deku's training began in earnest. Each session was a blend of rigorous physical challenges and moments of meditative introspection, designed to help him both harness and understand the profound power that now resided within him. Under Whis' careful tutelage, Deku started with the basics, learning to sense, control, and manipulate his newfound energy. In one of the training sessions, Whis arranged a series of floating platforms suspended over a vast, stardusted chasm. Leap from platform to platform, Whis instructed, his voice echoing softly. And with each leap, let your energy guide you. Trust in the flow. Deku hesitated for only a moment before taking a tentative jump. As he soared through the air, he could feel the cosmic energy surging around him, enveloping him in a gentle, radiant embrace. Each landing, though seemingly precarious, was met with an effortless stability, as if the energy was cradling him like a long-lost friend. The platforms themselves seemed to shimmer brighter with each step he took, reacting to his progress as if acknowledging the blossoming of his potential. With every leap, his confidence grew. The thrill of flight, combined with the exhilarating sensation of becoming one with the cosmos, filled him with a boundless sense of hope. I can do this, he thought, each successful landing affirming that his inner light was strong enough to overcome the gravitational pull of self-doubt. Yet physical prowess was only part of the journey. Whis explained that mastery over the cosmic energy required a balance of both body and mind. In quiet moments set apart from the frenetic energy of active training, Deku learned the art of meditation. In a secluded alcove within the training hall, a space bathed in the soft glow of distant nebulae, Deku sat cross-legged, eyes closed, and allowed the cosmic energy to quiet his mind. He focused on his breath, each inhalation a reminder of the life he sought to protect, each exhalation a release of the inner turmoil that came with accepting a power capable of great destruction. During these sessions, memories of his past life, the hardships, the sacrifices, the moments of triumph, flooded his consciousness. He recalled All Might's reassuring smile, the support of his classmates, and the unyielding determination that had driven him to overcome every obstacle. Yet, he also remembered the weight of responsibility, the pain of loss, and the anguish of having to make impossible choices. In this delicate interplay of memory and meditation, Deku discovered a fundamental truth. True power was not measured solely by physical strength or the ability to overcome adversaries, but by the capacity to forgive oneself and to learn from every stumble. The cosmic energy, Whis explained in gentle tones during their one-on-one discussions, was a mirror of the soul. It reflects both your light and your shadow, Whis said, and only by embracing both can you truly master it. No training was complete without challenge, and Whis introduced Deku to controlled sparring sessions designed to push him to his limits. In one such session, Deku faced a series of projected images, manifestations of his own doubts and fears, each one challenging him to confront the darker aspects of his power. These illusions were not malevolent. Rather, they served as a catalyst for introspection. One apparition, mirroring the visage of a young hero overwhelmed by responsibility, taunted Deku with the possibility of failure. "You're not ready," it whispered, its voice echoing with the bitterness of regret. But Deku, channeling the inner resolve honed over years of training, met the apparition head-on. He launched a barrage of precise, energy-infused strikes, each movement a testament to his determination. With every strike, he felt not only the strength of his power but also the strength of his convictions. The apparition wavered, its form flickering like a candle in the wind before dissipating into the ether. In that decisive moment, Deku understood that the power within him was not a curse but a beacon, a force that, when wielded with compassion and discipline, could illuminate even the darkest corners of existence. Yet, amid the victories and moments of soaring triumph, Deku was not immune to inner conflict. The cosmic energy that now surged through him was a double-edged sword. Its immense power came with an inherent risk of unbridled destruction. Each time he tapped into it, he was reminded of the sacrifices required to maintain universal balance, and the thought of causing harm, even in the name of renewal, weighed heavily on his conscience. In the quiet aftermath of a strenuous training session, Deku found himself alone in a vast chamber lined with mirrors that reflected not just his physical form but also the tumult of his inner world. The chamber, known as the Hall of Reflections, was a sanctuary designed for soul-searching and self-assessment. Here, the reflections were not mere images, but vivid representations of his memories, emotions, and the myriad experiences that had shaped him into the hero he was. As he gazed into one mirror, he saw not just the determined face of a burgeoning cosmic successor, but the frightened eyes of a boy who had once doubted his own worth. He recalled the painful lessons from his early days at UA, the times when he had hesitated, paralyzed by the fear of failure or the potential harm his actions might cause. Those memories surged forth like a tidal wave, threatening to drown him in self-doubt. A soft, almost imperceptible whisper drifted through the chamber, a reminder of a lesson taught by his mentor, All Might. True strength is not measured by the absence of fear, but by the courage to overcome it. Deku took a steadying breath, letting the words resonate within him. The cosmic energy around him pulsed in response, as if echoing his inner battle. It was a dialogue without words, a silent conversation between the light of his heroic past and the shadow of the responsibilities that lay ahead. In that reflective silence, he acknowledged his fear of causing harm. The thought that his newfound power, if left unchecked, might bring devastation, clashed with the very ideals he had dedicated his life to uphold. But then, a radiant memory surfaced, a recollection of a moment when he had saved a life, when his determination had brought hope to those in despair. In that instance, he had discovered that sometimes, the courage to act was born not out of a desire to destroy, but out of the will to protect and rebuild. I will not let this power define me as a harbinger of ruin, Deku resolved softly, his voice steady despite the inner tumult. I will learn to guide it, to use it to create a better future. It was in these moments of introspection that Deku began to reconcile the dual nature of his abilities. The cosmic energy was, in its purest form, a force of nature, a necessary part of the cosmic cycle that allowed for renewal and rebirth. Just as the end of a star gave birth to new celestial bodies, so too could destruction pave the way for creation. This realization filled him with a renewed sense of purpose, a belief that even the most formidable power could be harnessed for good, provided it was tempered with compassion and wisdom. As Deku's training progressed, his mastery over the cosmic energy grew more assured, and his inner conflicts began to yield to a burgeoning optimism. The transformation was not instantaneous, nor was it without its setbacks, but each trial imbued him with deeper insights and a more resilient spirit. His journey was not solitary. As his reputation as a budding cosmic force spread, ripples of curiosity and admiration extended far beyond the confines of his immediate training ground. One radiant afternoon, as the cosmic luminescence bathed the training hall in a soft, otherworldly glow, Deku sensed a shift in the energy around him, a subtle yet unmistakable change in the atmosphere. The ethereal hum that had always been present took on a new cadence, a rhythm that spoke of coming encounters and unforeseen alliances. It was then that familiar figures emerged from the tapestry of light, a pair of warriors whose presence was as iconic as the legends of old. Goku, with his ever-present grin and eyes that sparkled with the thrill of challenge, bounded into view alongside Vegeta, whose stern expression masked a begrudging respect for the potential he now witnessed in the young hero. "Hey there!" Goku called out, his voice carrying across the expansive hall. "I've been feeling some serious energy surges, and I couldn't help but wonder, who's this new spark of power lighting up the cosmos?" Vegeta's gaze was sharp, analytical, as he circled Deku with the eyes of someone who had seen countless battles. "So, you're the one causing such a disturbance," he remarked curtly, though there was a hint of intrigue in his tone. "I suppose you have quite the challenge ahead of you." Deku, momentarily taken aback by the sudden arrival of these legendary figures, quickly composed himself. Despite the swirling doubts and the lingering shadows of inner conflict, his heart swelled with a fierce optimism. Here were warriors who had forged their paths through trials by fire, and their presence was a testament to the fact that greatness was not defined by the absence of struggle, but by the perseverance through it. "I'm honored to meet you both," Deku said, his voice steady and imbued with a quiet confidence. "I'm still learning, but I promise that I will use this power not to bring harm, but to preserve the balance and protect those who cannot protect themselves. Goku's smile widened, and he clapped Deku on the shoulder with a warmth that belied the intense energy that crackled in the air. That's the spirit, kid! Every great warrior starts somewhere, and every challenge is a chance to learn and grow. I can see you've got a lot of heart. Vegeta, though more reserved, nodded in acknowledgement. You have potential, he admitted. But potential alone is not enough. It is your actions, your discipline, and your willingness to face your inner demons that will determine your path. The words resonated deeply within Deku. In the company of these seasoned fighters, he felt both the weight of responsibility and the buoyant thrill of new possibilities. Their presence was a reminder that while the journey ahead would be fraught with trials, it would also be filled with moments of camaraderie, mentorship, and shared purpose. Together, they represented a convergence of worlds, a melding of heroic spirit and cosmic might that transcended the boundaries of any single universe. As the day turned to a radiant dusk, the training hall transformed into a dynamic arena where philosophies clashed and alliances were forged. Goku and Vegeta engaged in light sparring sessions with Deku, each bout serving as both a test and a celebration of his progress. The friendly exchanges were punctuated with bursts of laughter, mutual respect, and an unmistakable sense of optimism for the future. In one particularly memorable session, Deku found himself locked in a dance of energy and motion with Goku. The air around them shimmered with every strike and counter, their movements a harmonious blend of technique and raw emotion. Goku's fluid style, honed through years of battles against cosmic foes, complemented Deku's agile, adaptive approach, a fusion that created a spectacle of light and hope. As they exchanged blows, Deku could feel his inner doubts ebbing away, replaced by a conviction that no matter how daunting the challenges might be, his heart was strong enough to guide him through the storm. Between rounds, in quieter moments, Deku would sit with Vegeta, who, despite his gruff exterior, shared fragments of his own journey. There was a time when I doubted whether I could ever surpass my limits, Vegeta admitted, his voice low and reflective. But it wasn't until I embraced both my strength and my vulnerabilities that I truly began to understand my potential. Do not fear the darkness within you. Instead, let it teach you about the light. Deku absorbed these words like a parched land drinking in the rain. Each conversation, every shared insight, further solidified his belief that his power was not a curse, but a beacon, a tool to sculpt a future where balance was maintained through understanding rather than fear. As the cosmic nights gave way to radiant dawns, Deku's training entered a new phase, one that would test not only his physical abilities but also the depths of his character. In the sprawling courtyard of the training hall, where the boundaries between reality and the ethereal blurred into a seamless canvas of possibility, Deku began to experiment with blending his inherent heroic spirit with the cosmic power at his command. Under Whisa's watchful guidance, he practiced the symphony of energy, a technique that required him to harmonize his heartbeat with the pulsating rhythm of the cosmos. In a series of deliberate, graceful movements, Deku learned to channel the cosmic energy into controlled bursts, each one a note in a grand symphony that could either create or destroy. Imagine the universe as a vast orchestra, Whis explained, his tone both poetic and instructive. Each star, each planet, each living being contributes to the melody of existence. Your role is not to silence the notes, but to conduct them in such a way that they resonate with balance and harmony. Deku visualized the cosmos as Whis described, a vibrant symphony where every note, even the ones that signaled endings, played a crucial part in the grand composition of life. With this newfound perspective, he approached his training with a light heart and an optimistic outlook. No longer did he view the potential for destruction as an ominous threat. Instead, he saw it as an integral component of the creative process, a necessary precursor to renewal. During one particularly intense session, as he practiced channeling his energy into a controlled burst that illuminated the darkened courtyard with a dazzling array of colors, Deku felt a surge of elation. The burst was not merely an explosion of power. It was a carefully orchestrated display of energy that left behind a trail of sparkling motes, each carrying the promise of rebirth. For a moment, as he stood amidst the shimmering aftermath, he realized that his journey was not defined by the fear of what he might destroy, but by the beauty of what he could create. This optimistic realization was further bolstered by the presence of his new allies. Goku, Vegeta, and even Whis himself often paused during training to marvel at the spectacle of light and hope that Deku was gradually mastering. Their encouragement served as a constant reminder that the path of growth was paved with perseverance, trust, and the willingness to embrace one's full spectrum of abilities. Yet, amid the triumphs and moments of exquisite beauty, Deku remained mindful of the weight of responsibility that came with his burgeoning power. The lessons learned in the Hall of Reflections were not easily forgotten. He recalled those moments of introspection, when the image of his younger self, a boy burdened by self-doubt, had stared back at him from the mirrored surfaces. Each memory was a testament to how far he had come, and a gentle reminder that the road ahead would demand continual vigilance and self-awareness. Late one evening, as the training hall lay bathed in the soft luminescence of distant galaxies, Deku sought a quiet moment of solitude. Seated beneath a canopy of shimmering cosmic dust, he allowed his thoughts to wander freely. The cool energy of the surroundings enveloped him, and in the stillness, he contemplated the dual nature of his gift. In the silent dialogue between his past and present, he recognized that the power within him was a reflection of his inner spirit, a spirit that had been forged through trials, kindness, and an unyielding desire to do what was right. The cosmic energy, once seen as a harbinger of potential devastation, was now understood to be a tool for profound change, a force that could purge the decay of old systems to make way for new life, much like the natural cycles that govern the universe. With each passing day, as he continued to learn and grow under the careful tutelage of Whis and the supportive presence of his cosmic companions, Deku's optimism blossomed. He began to see himself not as a reluctant bearer of destructive power, but as a guardian of balance, a custodian whose duty was to ensure that the dance between creation and destruction was performed with grace and intentionality. "I may be new to this cosmic role," he whispered to himself, gazing up at the swirling galaxies above. "But I will learn to wield this power with the same compassion and determination that guided me as a hero on Earth. I will honor both the light and the darkness within me, for together they are the essence of life itself." As the training cycle neared its next phase, Whis gathered Deku for a final debrief in the center of the luminous courtyard. The atmosphere was charged with a serene excitement, a collective understanding that each lesson learned was a stepping stone toward an even greater destiny. "You have made remarkable progress, Deku," Whis observed, his eyes glinting with both pride and the wisdom of countless ages. "Your ability to harmonize with the cosmic energy is a testament to your inner strength and your unwavering commitment to your ideals. Yet, remember, this is only the beginning. The true challenge lies in applying this mastery in the face of adversity, in using your power not just to overcome obstacles, but to inspire and heal." Deku nodded, his heart alight with gratitude and hope. The words resonated deeply within him. Here, in the presence of beings who had themselves traversed the path of trial and transformation, he found the courage to embrace his future fully. He realized that every moment of struggle was a necessary prelude to the birth of something greater, a future where light and shadow danced together in eternal balance. As the conversation turned to the cosmic anomalies and the challenges that loomed on the horizon, Deku's eyes shone with a renewed determination. "I understand," he replied earnestly. "I know that with great power comes great responsibility, and while the path ahead may be fraught with challenges, I am ready to meet them, with optimism, with strength, and with the hope that every end leads to a new beginning." Goku, who had been listening with wide-eyed enthusiasm, chimed in. "That's what it's all about, kid! Every time we face a tough opponent, it's a chance to learn something new. And believe me, the universe has a lot to teach you." Vegeta, in his own quiet way, added, "Potential is meaningless without the will to forge your destiny. Show us that you can shape your power, and you'll become a force worth reckoning with." With the celestial bodies overhead as silent witnesses, Deku felt an overwhelming sense of connection to the cosmos, to his mentors, and to the legacy of heroes who had paved the way before him. His journey was not one of isolation or burden, but a vibrant tapestry of shared experiences and collective hope. As the day's training drew to a close, the training hall slowly transformed from a battleground of energy into a sanctuary of reflection and promise. The corridors echoed with laughter, the rustling of whispered encouragements, and the gentle hum of cosmic energy, a symphony that celebrated every small victory and every lesson learned. Deku found himself pausing at the edge of a balcony that overlooked the vast expanse of the training realm. The stars above twinkled in harmonious patterns, each one a beacon of hope and possibility. He closed his eyes and let the cosmic winds caress his face, each gentle gust a reminder that the universe itself was alive with optimism. In that serene moment, the doubts that had once plagued him seemed to dissolve into the starlight. Instead of fear, there was now a deep, abiding trust in his own abilities, in the guidance of his mentors, and in the collective strength of those who had joined him on this extraordinary journey. The challenges ahead were daunting, yes, but they were also filled with the promise of growth, the potential for renewal, and the unbreakable spirit of a hero who dared to dream. Deku opened his eyes to the horizon, where the first light of a new cosmic dawn began to break through the darkness. With a smile that radiated pure determination, he whispered softly, "I will not falter. I will rise to every challenge, and I will honor this power by using it to create a future where hope, balance, and compassion reign supreme." And so, with the lessons of the day etched into his soul, Deku stepped forward, each step a testament to the journey of self-discovery, the mastery of cosmic energy, and the relentless optimism that defined his path. The trials of power and responsibility were many, but in every challenge, he saw the shimmering promise of a new beginning, a promise that echoed across the stars and within his own beating heart. In the ever-changing dance of cosmic light and shadow, Deku's transformation was just beginning. Surrounded by mentors, allies, and the eternal hum of the universe, he embraced the trials before him with an unwavering smile and an indomitable spirit. Each leap, each breath, each moment of reflection was a note in the symphony of his destiny, a destiny not of despair, but of hope, resilience, and the boundless possibility of a future shaped by the courage to change the world. Deku stood tall, a young hero not only defined by his past struggles but illuminated by the brilliant light of an optimistic future. And as the cosmic winds whispered of adventures yet to come, he took his next step with the quiet confidence of one who knew that every challenge was an opportunity to learn, to grow, and to shine ever brighter in the infinite tapestry of existence. A gentle hum of cosmic energy reverberated through the vast, ethereal chamber, a realm suspended between the known and the infinite. Here, amidst swirling nebulae and scintillating particles that danced like fireflies in a twilight sky, Deku found himself alone with his thoughts. The chamber was both a sanctuary and a crucible, a place where the duality of creation and annihilation was laid bare before him. Soft, multicolored light seeped through crystalline formations, casting abstract patterns on the smooth, obsidian floor. Every ray of light seemed to whisper secrets of the cosmos, and as Deku stood in the center, he felt as if he were on the cusp of understanding something immeasurably vast. Deku's breath was steady, though his heart beat rapidly with the weight of uncertainty. In the silence of that cosmic haven, memories of his past life as a hopeful hero surfaced unbidden. He recalled moments of fervent determination on the battlegrounds of his former world, his earnest pleas to save friends, the bittersweet victories, and the tears of both joy and sorrow. Yet, even as those memories warmed him, a chill of apprehension spread through his core, for in recent days the surge of a strange, unfathomable power had awakened within him, a power that defied the simple confines of heroism. It was as if a dormant star had ignited inside him, radiating both brilliance and a potential for destruction he scarcely understood. As he grappled with these conflicting sensations, a presence stirred in the ambient light. The cosmic silence was broken by a sound, a measured step, almost musical in its cadence. Deku's eyes slowly lifted to behold the figure of Lord Beerus. There was an undeniable elegance in his arrival. Beerus moved with the grace of a deity whose every gesture carried centuries of wisdom and experience. Clad in robes that shimmered like stardust and with eyes that held both a distant amusement and a solemn understanding, Beerus approached the young successor-to-be with an air of calm authority. "Deku!" Beerus intoned, his voice resonating like a celestial bell. "You have felt the tremors of destiny within you. The power you now wield is both wondrous and terrible. It is not merely the strength to protect, it is the burden to reshape the cosmos." For a long moment, the only sound was the soft echo of his words mingling with the cosmic chorus. Deku's gaze met Beerus's, and in that silent exchange, the depth of his internal conflict was laid bare. His eyes shimmered with a mixture of hope and fear, a hope that he might harness this power for good, and a fear that its destructive potential might one day spiral out of control. I feel it every day," Deku finally managed, his voice trembling yet determined. "It's as if every heartbeat carries a promise of both creation and destruction. I can't help but wonder, how can I reconcile the hero I was, the protector I aspire to be, with this overwhelming force that demands to unmake what I hold dear?" Beerus's smile was soft, almost wistful, as if he too remembered the struggle of embracing a dual nature. He gestured toward the swirling cosmic energies that enveloped them. "Look around you, Deku. What you see is the eternal dance of existence, a delicate balance between the forces of creation and dissolution. Every star that is born will one day fade, every vibrant world will eventually succumb to entropy. Yet, in that inevitable end, there is promise. For from destruction springs renewal. Your power is not meant for wanton annihilation but for the careful clearing away of decay, making room for something brighter to emerge." The words struck Deku like ripples across a still pond, each syllable resonating with the truth of a cosmic cycle that he had only just begun to understand. His mind wandered, drifting back to his earliest memories as a student of heroism, of selfless acts, and unyielding determination. He remembered All Might's reassuring smile, and the countless times he had chosen to risk everything to save others. But now, as he faced the unfathomable expanse of his cosmic potential, those memories felt both like a guiding light and a source of deep, aching contradiction. A soft luminescence grew around them, as if the cosmos itself was leaning in to listen. Deku closed his eyes, recalling the faces of his friends, the gentle warmth of Uraraka's smile, the resolute gaze of Todoroki, the unbreakable spirit of those who had believed in him even when he doubted himself. The hero in him had always clung to the conviction that every life was precious, that every act of mercy could change the world. Yet here he was, standing at the crossroads of a destiny that required him to sometimes embrace the act of ending things, a role that, at first glance, seemed so antithetical to his very nature. "Beerus," Deku began, his voice quieter now, "how do you accept a destiny that requires destruction? How do you reconcile the need to tear down with the hope for new beginnings? I fear that by letting this power loose, I might hurt those I hold dear, or even lose myself in the process." Beerus's eyes softened, and he settled onto a raised crystalline platform that had materialized out of the stardust beneath them. "There was a time, not so long ago, when I too wrestled with this paradox," he confessed, his tone both gentle and laden with memory. "I was not always the figure of inexorable might that you see today. Once I questioned whether my actions were truly just, that my role was not one of cruelty but of balance. I have watched entire galaxies bloom and wither, and I have come to understand that every end is but the seed of a new beginning. The pain of destruction is the price we pay for rebirth." Deku listened intently as Beerus recounted a tale of cosmic imbalance, a period in the universe's long history when unchecked chaos threatened to consume all that was pure and vital. In that dark epoch, the very fabric of reality trembled under the weight of entropy. Beerus had been forced to take drastic measures, his heart heavy with the knowledge that to restore balance, he must allow old worlds to crumble. Yet even in that moment of seeming ruthlessness, he had felt the tender hope of renewal stirring beneath the ruins, a hope that had eventually given rise to new stars, new galaxies, new possibilities. As Beerus spoke, Deku's mind filled with vivid images of nature's cycles on Earth, a forest that had succumbed to a devastating fire, only to see new life spring forth from its ashes. He envisioned a phoenix, radiant and reborn, soaring high above the remnants of its former self. In that imagery, he found solace. Perhaps his own path, though shrouded in the darkness of potential loss, could lead to a radiant dawn. "Destruction, when tempered by wisdom and compassion, does not have to be the end," Beerus continued, his voice imbued with a rare tenderness. "It can be the catalyst for creation. Imagine a painter whose bold, sweeping strokes erase the old canvas to give way to an entirely new masterpiece. You have that same power, Deku, a power that, if wielded with care, can nurture growth rather than sow despair." A flicker of determination ignited in Deku's eyes. He remembered the countless hours he had spent training, the moments of doubt that had been overcome by sheer will, and the friends who had stood by him through every trial. His heroic ideals had always been about protecting and uplifting life, not simply preserving it in a stagnant state. Now, the challenge was to transform his understanding of destruction into something that could foster rebirth. Are you saying that my duty might not be to destroy indiscriminately, but rather to clear away only what is rotten or obstructive? Deku asked, his voice rising with cautious optimism. That I can still be a guardian, a protector, if I learn to control this power, to use it as a means of renewal? Beerus nodded slowly. Precisely. You must learn that the act of destruction can be as gentle and purposeful as the nurturing of new life. It is a matter of intent, of balance, and of timing. The universe is an ever-changing tapestry, and every thread, even those we cut away, has its place in the grand design. Embrace your duality, Deku. Let your compassion be the guiding light that tempers your strength. In doing so, you will redefine what it means to be a god of destruction. A profound silence settled over them as Deku absorbed Beerus's words. In that moment, the vast chamber around them seemed to pulse in agreement, a symphony of cosmic rhythms that echoed the eternal cycle of endings and beginnings. Deku felt as though he were standing at the threshold of an entirely new chapter in his life, one that demanded not only the bravery of a hero but the wisdom of a sage. He closed his eyes and allowed himself to recall more personal memories. The moments of pain when he had felt powerless, the heart-wrenching losses that had carved deep scars in his soul, and the overwhelming surge of hope that had accompanied each act of resilience. In the quiet recesses of his mind, he could see the faces of those he had vowed to protect, each one a beacon of light in his journey. Their voices whispered to him, urging him to trust that his inner light could illuminate even the darkest paths. A tear glistened in Deku's eye as he acknowledged the truth in Beerus's parable. I've always believed that every life is worth saving, he murmured. But perhaps there are times when saving a life means letting go of what no longer serves the greater good, even if it pains us to do so. It's hard to accept that destruction might be necessary. But, if it means making way for new hope, then maybe it isn't something to fear. Beerus leaned forward, his expression both earnest and gentle. You have already proven your worth as a hero, Deku. Your heart is pure, and your resolve unyielding. Remember, even the mightiest warriors have their moments of vulnerability. The measure of true strength lies not in the absence of doubt, but in the courage to confront it head-on, to transform that fear into wisdom. There will come a day when you must decide, in the heat of conflict, whether to unleash the full force of your power. When that day arrives, I have no doubt that your compassion will guide you to act with both mercy and decisiveness. Deku inhaled deeply, feeling the rhythm of his heartbeat synchronize with the pulsing energy of the cosmos around him. The earlier anxiety began to melt away, replaced by a newfound clarity. He realized that his journey was not solely about the accumulation of power, but about the cultivation of balance. Between hope and despair, creation and destruction, strength and vulnerability. The luminous environment around them seemed to respond to this shift in Deku's inner state. The swirling energies brightened, weaving intricate patterns that resembled the double helix of life itself. It was as though the cosmos was offering a silent benediction, urging him to embrace the full spectrum of his abilities and the responsibilities that came with them. Beerus, Deku said softly, a spark of determination igniting within his voice. I understand now that I must not view my power as a curse, but as a gift, one that allows me to prune away the decaying parts of existence so that something new can flourish. I may still feel the burden of destruction, but I choose to see it as an opportunity to nurture a better future for all. A satisfied smile tugged at the corners of Beerus's lips. That is the spirit, young one. The universe has a way of testing us, of presenting us with challenges that force us to grow beyond our limits. And though the path may be fraught with sorrow, it is also paved with hope. Every end, as you now understand, is a prelude to a beginning. For a long while, the two sat in companionable silence, absorbing the weight and the wonder of Beerus's teachings. Deku's thoughts drifted like stardust, mingling with memories of his past struggles and the boundless potential of the future. In his mind's eye, he saw himself not as a harbinger of despair, but as a gardener of the cosmos, one who carefully tended to the delicate balance between life and death, ensuring that the flames of hope would continue to burn brightly even amid the ruins of the old. In that reflective quiet, Deku recalled a particularly poignant memory from his early days as a hero in training. a moment when he had been overwhelmed by the responsibility of saving a group of innocents during a catastrophic event. The weight of their hopes had almost crushed him, yet in the midst of that chaos, he had discovered an inner reservoir of strength. That strength had not come solely from his quirk or his physical prowess, but from the compassion that drove him forward. Now, as he faced a power that could unmake worlds, he recognized that the same compassion could be the beacon that guided his hand, ensuring that every act of destruction would serve a higher purpose. Compassion, Deku whispered to himself, the word echoing in the cavernous space of his mind. It is the very essence of what makes us human, and perhaps what makes us divine too. The realization filled him with a resolute optimism, a certainty that even in the face of overwhelming power, the light of empathy and kindness could prevail. Beerus broke the silence once more. Do you see, Deku? Your journey is not one of renunciation, but of transformation. You are being called to reshape not just worlds, but the very meaning of what it means to wield power. Let your compassion be your compass, and you will find that even in the act of destruction, there lies the seed of creation. The cosmic energy around them swirled with renewed vibrancy, as if celebrating the harmony of Beerus's words. Deku felt as though he were on the threshold of a metamorphosis, a transformation that would allow him to bridge the seemingly disparate worlds of heroic idealism and divine responsibility. The burden of destruction, once a source of fear and self-doubt, was now a challenge to be met with courage and hope. He looked upward, his eyes tracing the arc of a distant galaxy that shimmered like a promise across the void. I have always believed in the power of hope, he murmured. In every hardship, every sacrifice, there is the potential for rebirth. Perhaps this power, this gift, is not meant to tear apart what is beautiful, but to clear away the rot so that something even more magnificent can emerge. Beerus's gaze, steady and approving, met Deku's. Indeed, my young successor, he replied, his tone both gentle and firm. In the vast tapestry of existence, every thread has its purpose, even those that must be severed. Embrace your role as the guardian of balance. Trust that in every act of calculated destruction lies the promise of renewal. For a time that seemed to stretch into infinity, Deku and Beerus sat together, their minds and souls interwoven with the timeless rhythm of the universe. The cosmic chamber, with its ever-shifting light and shadow, bore silent witness to this exchange of wisdom and hope. And as Deku's inner turmoil gradually gave way to clarity, he felt a stirring of determination deep within, a commitment to transform his inner conflict into a force for good. Slowly, Deku rose from his meditative seat and began to move through the chamber, each step resonating with newfound purpose. With every stride, he felt the heavy mantle of responsibility shift from a burden to a privilege, a rare honor to be entrusted with the cosmic balance. The luminous energies that surrounded him seemed to brighten further, as if acknowledging the dawn of a new era in his journey. In the quiet that followed, Deku resolved to take the lessons of this moment and make them the foundation of his path forward. He would no longer see his ability to destroy as a mark of inevitable tragedy, but as an instrument through which he could foster growth and renewal. It was a lesson he would carry with him, not just in the realms of battle and cosmic duty, but in every facet of his life, reminding him that even in the darkest moments, hope could light the way. Before parting, Beerus extended a hand toward Deku, a gesture both symbolic and sincere. Remember this day, Deku, he said softly, for it is the moment when you truly began to understand the delicate art of balance. The road ahead will be fraught with challenges, but let your heart remain ever steadfast. In every ending, there is a beginning waiting to be born. Embrace that truth, and you will find that even destruction can be beautiful. Deku grasped Beerus's hand firmly, feeling a surge of warmth and reassurance. In that touch, he sensed not only the power of a seasoned deity, but also the hope and possibility that lay ahead. As their hands separated, Deku looked around once more at the cosmic panorama, a vast expanse of possibility, where each star and nebula whispered of lives yet to be lived and worlds yet to be reborn. In the days that followed, Deku devoted himself to mastering the subtle art of channeling his cosmic power. Training under the gentle yet exacting guidance of Beerus and Whis, he learned to feel the pulse of the universe, a rhythm that intertwined creation and destruction into a harmonious whole. Every practice session became a meditation on balance, every burst of energy a reminder that his actions could pave the way for rebirth rather than ruin. he experimented with his abilities, pushing himself to the limits while remaining acutely aware of the responsibility his power demanded. With each measured explosion of energy, he would pause, centering himself with thoughts of renewal and hope. He visualized not only the flames of destruction but also the tender green shoots that emerged in their wake, symbolic of life persisting against all odds. Late one evening, as Deku practiced in a secluded corner of the cosmic sanctuary, he found himself reflecting on his earlier doubts. The quiet was punctuated only by the soft hum of the cosmic energy and the distant echo of cosmic winds. In that solitude, he allowed his mind to wander freely through the corridors of his past and future. Faces of those he had saved appeared before him, mingling with visions of worlds reborn from chaos. In these reveries, he saw his power not as an end but as a means, a way to prune away what was no longer vibrant so that new, flourishing life might take root. An inner dialogue began, gentle and introspective. If every ending carries within it the seed of a beginning, he mused, then perhaps I can be both the harbinger of change and the guardian of hope. I must trust that the light I carry, the same light that once shone in my eyes when I dreamed of becoming a hero, will guide me even as I face the darker aspects of this power. It was in this reflective state that Deku's heart swelled with a quiet optimism. The challenges ahead were daunting, yet the potential for transformation was boundless. He recalled the countless heroes of old, who had embraced sacrifice and hardship in order to build a brighter future. Their legacy, he realized, was not one of blind perseverance but of measured courage, the ability to accept both the necessary pain of loss and the wondrous joy of renewal. As the days turned into nights and back again in the timeless flow of the cosmic sanctuary, Deku's progress became evident not only in the mastery of his powers but in the evolution of his spirit. Each trial, each moment of introspection, imbued him with a deeper understanding of his role. He began to see that the act of destruction was not an isolated incident of devastation, but part of a continuous, dynamic cycle, one that required a delicate interplay of strength, mercy, and resolve. One day, as the first light of a newborn star filtered into the chamber, Deku found himself in conversation with Beerus once more. The deity's eyes shone with a quiet pride as he observed his protégé's growth. "Tell me, Deku," Beerus inquired, "what have you learned of this balance between destruction and creation?" Deku smiled, his voice imbued with the conviction of one who has journeyed deep within. "I have learned that true power is not measured by the magnitude of force alone, but by the wisdom to know when and how to wield it. Destruction does not always mean the end, it can be the spark that ignites new beginnings. I now see that every act of ending, when done with intention and care, can clear the way for growth. My duty is not to eradicate, but to renew, to ensure that the cycle of life continues unabated." Beerus' smile deepened, and he nodded approvingly. "You speak with the clarity of one who has not only embraced his destiny but has also transcended the limitations of fear. Continue to let that compassion guide you, for it is that very compassion that will allow you to temper your might with mercy." In that luminous moment, surrounded by the vast, pulsing heartbeat of the universe, Deku felt a profound sense of inner peace. The burden of destruction, once a source of overwhelming anxiety, had transformed into a symbol of potential, a chance to reshape the cosmos in a way that honored both life and its inevitable evolution. It was a delicate tightrope to walk, but he now understood that every step taken with care and conviction could lead to a future where endings paved the way for beginnings. As the chapter of that day drew to a close, Deku found himself alone once more in a quiet alcove of the sanctuary. The soft glow of distant galaxies bathed him in gentle light as he sat cross-legged on a platform of polished stone. He closed his eyes and let the cosmic energy wash over him, each ripple a reminder of the eternal cycles of creation and dissolution. In his meditation, he envisioned a vast, intricate tapestry, each thread a life, each knot a moment of change, all woven together in a pattern that was at once complex and beautifully coherent. In that deep, serene silence, Deku whispered a promise to himself and to the universe. "I will not be defined solely by the power to destroy, but by the wisdom to create anew. I will be the guardian of balance, the protector of hope, and the beacon that guides the cycle of life towards a future filled with light." The words, carried on the cosmic winds, resonated throughout the sanctuary, as if the universe itself acknowledged the sincerity of his vow. Even as doubts and uncertainties had once threatened to shroud his spirit in darkness, now there was a luminous optimism that infused every fiber of his being. The burden he bore was no longer a symbol of despair, but rather a profound responsibility, a calling to shepherd the endless cycle of endings and beginnings with love, courage, and unwavering resolve. In that moment of quiet clarity, Deku understood that his journey was only just beginning. The road ahead would be strewn with challenges and difficult choices, but with each step, he was determined to forge a new path, a path where the power to destroy was seamlessly interwoven with the power to heal, to nurture, and to inspire growth. The cosmos was his canvas, and in his hands lay the delicate brushstrokes of fate. As the first rays of a new cosmic dawn crept into the chamber, casting long, hopeful shadows against the walls of time, Deku opened his eyes with a renewed sense of purpose. The starry expanse above was no longer a reminder of the infinite void of loss, but a testament to the infinite potential of rebirth. Every glimmering star was a promise that from the remnants of what once was, something wondrous could rise anew. In that optimistic glow, Deku rose to his feet, feeling the gentle pulse of the universe echoing within his soul. He embraced the duality of his nature, a young hero molded by compassion, now tempered by the cosmic responsibility of destruction and renewal. The path forward was clear: to honor both the light and the dark within him, to let his compassion be the fulcrum upon which his extraordinary power balanced, and to wield that power with the conviction that every act of ending was simply the beginning of something beautiful. And so, with the cosmos as his silent witness, Deku stepped forward into the future, a future where the burdens of destruction were lifted by the promise of creation, and where hope shone as brightly as the stars themselves. In that moment, the universe seemed to smile, affirming that even the heaviest of burdens could be transformed into the wings of destiny. As the chamber's light slowly faded into the gentle embrace of a new cosmic day, Deku vowed to carry this wisdom with him always. His journey as the successor to a legacy of divine balance had only just begun, and though the road ahead would test him in ways he could scarcely imagine, he now held within him an unwavering optimism, a belief that, no matter the trials, he could forge a destiny where destruction was not an end, but a cherished prelude to creation. And so, amid the whispering winds of cosmic renewal, Deku took his first determined steps along the path of transformation, a path where every act of destruction was a promise of rebirth, and every moment of doubt was met with the luminous hope of a brighter tomorrow.